Hello everyone, and today you're joined me by the fireplace, surrounded by Jameson's memorabilia at Whisky Wednesday. It's because we're chatting about something quite new, quite interesting and quite different. It's called the Method in Madness bottling series. Now essentially, the guys over at Midleton have been given free rein to make three very distinct and interesting whiskies: a single grain, a pot still, and a single malt. Today we're chatting about the single grain. It is a 46% Midleton produced product that's been matured in bourbon casks, or ex-Bourbon casks I should say, but then finished in Spanish virgin oak. And that's not something you hear a lot of. American virgin oak is something that's used predominantly, only in bourbon, and it's used occasionally in single malt, every now and then, quite sparingly. Spanish virgin oak is something I've never had any experience of, to my knowledge, if it's been put on a bottle or not. But this is something just a little bit out there, and there's some beautiful Art Deco styling on the bottle. Truly beautiful stuff. It's £46, so £1 per percentage. But we're going to dive in. I'm going to tell you what it's all about. Now, normally I don't agree with smelling notes that tend to be on the back of bottles because they're either very generic or very intense. But this does just smell like pencil shavings and grapefruit, which I think are the two official smelling notes. Loads of fresh citrus, freshly cut wood. It's got that kind of heat behind it. And there's none of that plasticky, well, kind of melted plasticky smell that you get with a lot of grain whiskies. There's some really good oak gone into this. But loads of fresh citrus, bit of lemon, bit of orange. It's not your ex-Bourbon cask vanilla, cream caramel, there's none of that. It's kind of tangy and it's alive, it's quite fresh, really citrus led with that kind of fresh wood thing behind it. Let's taste it, see what's going on. Velvety mouthfeel, as you get with quite a lot of grain. And there's no ethanol. You don't get any particularly intense alcohol hitting you at any point. It's very, very approachable, it's very delicate. And just that really big, zingy citrus style continues throughout the entire thing. Probably finish this bottle off in summer, if I'm being honest with you. You could drink this all day, every day. There's no problem with it at all. The finish is where you start to develop the really dry, oaky, wood-driven style towards everything. And it's not something I can really put my finger on, having never tried anything that's been in Spanish virgin oak before. It is just, it's not overly dry. It's kind of mineralic. It's almost like, I describe it kind of like chalky. That's a weird thing to say. But it has this kind of like soft, drying quality about it. And then there's just this nice, minerally, earthy texture running through it. We know Spanish virgin oak is, I describe it as quite dirty. It's not as clean as American oak is. It's got some kind of, really intense, earthy flavors to it. And that really does pull through quite a lot with this. I'm gonna give it one more try, and then we'll give it a score. It's getting a bit more exotic now. Banana, lime, lemon, just so much more citrus. I really dig this whiskey. I think it's really cool. And I think one of the key ways around non-age statement products is to make it interesting and to make it fun. Glenfiddich did it last year with the, it was last year with the year before, with the XX and the IPA. Midleton are doing it now with this range. I'm gonna get the pot still next because I really love Redbreast and that kind of stuff, so that'll be next on my list. This is a very well priced, full flavored, interesting, different kind of whiskey. And I can only applaud Midleton and Jameson's for putting this thing out and allowing their guys behind the scenes to develop something so interesting. I'm gonna give that a solid 8. It's a really tasty whiskey. It's a little bit out there in terms of marketing. It's certainly out there in terms of design, and the flavor matches what you want. It's nothing that's gonna overshoot you and send you to the moon. It's not remarkably complex, but it's just good. Really, really good. So there you go. A solid 8 for the Method in Madness single grain, finished in Spanish virgin oak. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining me by the fireplace. I've been Phil, this is Whisky Wednesday, and I'll see you all next week. Cheers.